The universe is a huge place, with planets this small to galaxies this big.
As of right now, Earth is the only place that humans live.
However, there are so many other planets we have yet to discover.
This is Earth's moon. The moon is attached to our gravitational pull, so it revolves around us. People have been to the moon before. Here is the video of the first man on the moon.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
The moon is made of a bunch of different things, such as moon rocks and sand, and etc.
The moon has no oxygen or atmosphere, so it would be almost impossible to live on. Lastly, the moon reflects light from the sun to the Earth.
The moon is a quarter of the size of the Earth, and it weighs 80 times less than the Earth. The moon appears to rotate around us. Galileo knew that the moon rotated around us because over time, he would see spots and blemishes that he had never seen before. That made him think the moon rotated around us.
Now for the inner planets. The inner planets include Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Earth.
Facts about Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. Mercury is tiny. It is only 4,879 kilometers. Mercury has wrinkles on it. It is the second hottest planet. It has no moons, has a little amount of oxygen. The inside of Mercury is made out of molten, while the outside is made out of mainly iron. Mercury has 38% of the amount of gravity that Earth has.
Facts about Venus. Venus has no moons. It is the second closest to the Sun. Venus has a diameter of 12,104 kilometers. The average temperature on Venus is 462 degrees Celsius. The mass of Venus is 4,867,320,000,000,000. Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. The first record of Venus was in 17th century BC.
Facts about Earth. The Earth's mass is 5,972,190,000,000,000 kilograms. Earth has one moon. We know most facts about the Earth. Here's some unknown ones. Some scientists say that at one time, Earth had two moons. 70% of the planet is water, but humans have only explored 5% of it. The Pacific Ocean could fit into all of the world's continents.
Facts about Mars. Mars has two moons. 1 year rotation-wise on Mars is 686.98 Earth days. Mars has the tallest known mountain in the solar system. Mars is known for dust storms that can last over a month sometimes. And lastly, scientists have had droids on Mars before.
Facts about Jupiter. Jupiter's mass is 1 sextillion, 896 quintillion, 130 quadrillion. It has 67 moons. The average temperature is minus 108 degrees Celsius. It was first known of in 7th century BC. 1,321 Earths could fit into Jupiter.
Facts about Saturn. Saturn's mass is 568 quadrillion, 319 trillion. It has 62 moons. The average temperature is negative 139 degrees Celsius. It was known of in 8th century BC. Saturn is the second biggest planet in our solar system, and Saturn is the flattest planet. This is due to the low density and fast rotation.
Facts about Uranus. Uranus' mass is 86 quadrillion, 810 trillion, 300 billion. It has 27 moons. The average temperature is minus 170 degrees Celsius. It was discovered March 13, 1781. Uranus makes one trip over the Sun every 84 Earth years. Uranus hits the coldest temperature out of all the planets in our solar system.
Facts about Neptune. Neptune's mass is 102 quadrillion, 410 trillion. It has 14 moons. The average temperature is negative 201 degrees Celsius. It was discovered on September 23, 1846. The atmosphere of Neptune is made up of hydrogen and helium. Only one spacecraft has ever flown by Neptune. The Sun has been around for 4.6 billion years. It has a huge diameter, 1,392,684 kilometers long. The mass of the Sun is 1 sextillion, 989 quintillion, 100 quadrillion, billion kilograms. The Sun's average surface temperature is 5,500 degrees Celsius. The Sun sends rays of heat towards the Earth. Without the Sun, we would all die. When you look up in the sky, you can see the stars. Almost everything you see above you at night are stars. Stars are also suns. Almost every single star is a sun. Not all the same mass or width, but they are all suns. However, in the night sky, there are other things that you might think are stars, but they are not. Things might appear to be stars, but they could be moons or man-made objects up in the sky.
Constellations are formed by different stars. It all depends on your point of view. The stars are actually very, very far away from each other, but in your point of view, it appears that they are close together, and that the stars form a shape. An example of this would be the Big Dipper.
There are 100 billion galaxies in the universe. We live on one planet, and our planet is different than any other planet in their galaxy, and that galaxy is different from every 100 billion other galaxies. There's so much variety in the universe, and we've only discovered a slice of it.
A nebula is a cloud of dust in the night sky. Something cool about a nebula is that it changes its look depending on where it's located. If the nebula is in the night sky, it appears to have bright patches. If the nebula is against other luminous matter, then it appears to have darker patches. 75% of the nebula is made out of hydrogen, and 25% of it is made out of helium.
A meteorite are fragments of asteroids that fall to the ground on Earth. Meteors, on the other hand, are a shooting light in the sky. Meteors and meteorites cause deaths often. Yesterday, a person died from a meteorite. The details can be found here. The difference between the two is that a meteor is when it is in space, while a meteorite is when it hits the ground. A comet is a very small solar system body made mostly of ices mixed with a smaller amount of dust and rock. Most comets are no larger than a few kilometers across. The main body of the comet is called the nucleus, and it contains water, methane, nitrogen, and other ices. An asteroid is made up of 80% iron and 20% nickel. The asteroid belt is the space between Mars and Jupiter. There are approximately 200 asteroids in the asteroid belt. There is an impact warning whenever an asteroid crosses Earth's orbit by getting pulled by other planets' gravitational pulls. Asteroids hit Earth as well. 350 asteroids have hit Earth before. Pluto used to be a planet, but it's not one anymore because it's too small. The diameter is 2,372 kilometers. It has 5 known moons. The average temperature is negative 229 degrees Celsius. Since 2006, it is now known as a dwarf planet. 1/3 of it is made out of water.